Hello, everybody. Okay, this is what we're doing. We don't have nobody in here yet. Might let it 2 or 3 get in here. Then I'll start explaining what we got right here and how we're gonna fix it. Hey, Jane. I bet yours has never looked like that, has it, Jane? This this car right here is what, about 41 years old? Maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking 41. 85, wouldn't that make it 41? 40?
It ain't 2026 yet.
Yeah, well, it's fitting to be 2026. Hey, that's probably from something that fell down on the floor. That'll get right in my shoe. Is that what you got? We took the Wesley was so good about doing this. He took these speaker panels right here and he dyed them. Now, probably what we're going to do is go back. We might go back and put a second coat on them. Oh, you got a VW? Yeah. Hey, I like Volkswagens. Yeah, I like a Volkswagen. You know, a Volkswagen is the last door panels that I done for one. I didn't like that, but I'd like a Volkswagen, especially the diesel kind. I like those. I had a Volkswagen diesel, and my mama, she wanted it, and I said, "I'll tell you what." The payments wasn't like $100 on it. I said, "I'll tell you what, if you want it, you make the last payment on it and you can have it." And she said that she loved that Volkswagen. You have a GT Golf diesel? Hey, I got a little diesel over there too. I loaned it to somebody and they wrecked it. So I'm fixing it. As a matter of fact, if you look, that's the bumper cover for it right here. See? That's for my Volkswagen diesel. The insurance guy came out here. Well, he didn't come out here because I'd have probably got into it with him, but the adjuster, he said, "I'm going to give you $600 for your car." And I said, "Man, you crazy. I ain't taking $600 for my car. Just cancel the claim." So that's what we did. Anyway, we got a few people on here. I'm going to explain what I've already did. I took this right here, which is nothing but a cutoff wheel. You see it? It's got a little thin blade on it, like that. I took that, and I come right here like this, and I cut them little grooves in there. I cut all the cracks out of this. And even here on the side, all the cracks, I tried to cut them out. So even right in here, and you know, around here, you see how shiny the metal is down in here? That's because I sandblasted all that dead plastic that was on here. I sandblasted it off. So the Bondo, see right here? There's a thing of Bondo right there. That's a gallon. That right there is just a small one. A while ago, I took this and I took 2 washers. All it is just a piece of cold roll steel. I took that and welded me a couple of washers on it. We do stuff like that around here all the time. And I made me a little stirrer. I'm gonna stir that up with that. It's in here because it's been sitting for a little while. And we want to stir it up and make sure that it's gonna be really smooth when we put it on. We do have some tape right there. Got some more hardener right here. Here's some hardener. I've been shaking it up, but I might just tape it to this thing right here. So we'll set the camera down for a second. If Wesley decides to pick it up, we'll roll with that. Because he'll probably do some of that. Doggone, my little $2 stand don't want to hold up no more. So I also, down in the grooves, we had this little deal right here. Hey, is it straight, Wesley? Like the phone? Is it straight? We took this right here. That's a rasp, and it's real rough. So it would grind some of them down in here out. So we use little tools like that all the time. And this right here, this is what I'm gonna stir that Bondo with. I'm gonna tape this right here. I need to shake this up real good, so I'm just gonna tape it on here and see if it'll shake it up. And I'll do that big one the same way.
Make sure the cap's on there good.
Yeah, it would flang it everywhere. See? We don't do everything by the book out here. And I know we're probably going to run out of that. That's kind of hard right there, Wes. Feel that. Don't that feel kind of hard to you? Hey, you think if we shake it, it might do something? It won't.
No, but if you keep working it.
Wes is going to work that for a second. See if he can't. I have mashed on this a little bit and got it pretty soft. This is my little board right here. So I'm going to put some Bondo on this. And when I'm doing this right here, I stuck some tape on here and got me a form. And I put me a little Bondo on there a while ago where I can get that shape.
You can see it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so there's the shape of this right here. Like this. And the reason I did that was whenever I take, and I'm going to take and cut that right there. And I'm going to take some of this plastic and I'm going to draw me with a fine line. I'm going to draw me a template. That way when I cut this, I might ought to go ahead and cut this. You want to make me that template. Okay, so I just took and cut that in two. So I'll take a piece of this plastic like this, and I need to put a really straight line on it. So I'm just gonna let that dry for a second. Damn, that ain't gonna work. Hand me that other can. This right here is probably about 50 years old. So we'll take this right here. And all I need is that line, that outline right there. But I needed it real straight. And it don't take but a minute for that to dry. So that's my line. You know, when I go to make this when I go to make that template right there, like that. Did that work right, Wesley?
It's all too much light
Or
for
am
me.
I reversed? Yeah, I cut the one. I might have cut the wrong one. Away from it. We'll take this one. All right, and then you stick it up there like this, and you can, when you put the Bondo on there, it will make this piece. Like that.
Hold on.
Okay, it don't have to be like that, but like that. Can they see that?
Yeah, they can now.
So when I wipe this right here, I can put that same mark right in here. So I'm going to use this right here. I could transfer it over to some plastic, but I'd rather do it the hard way. Jane got a Volkswagen. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to take some of this, mix it up, mix up my Bondo. You have to do this in steps. And as you see right here, we've been using now this can. You can tell that right, it just mixes it up really good. Sometimes the more you mix it, the smoother it gets. Unless you got some hard chunks in there. And I'll just take this right here and push this off. Try to keep it off my hands. The more of this you mix in there, the less time you're going to have, unless it's really cold weather. So I'm wanting it to kind of dry faster. I don't want it to dry real slow. And I always just kind of chop it like this right here.
Hello, Moto.
I put do not disturb on there. Who was that?
John Susan.
Oh. Anyway. Just take and chop it like this. And you see it's turning it a little dark. That lets you know it's gonna have to I'm gonna have to work it kind of quick. Or either I'm gonna have a lot of wasted material right here. When you work with your hands like this right here, a lot, you about need to know how to do most anything. And we'll come right here. That ain't long enough right here. So I'm gonna take and get me another one. Like that, it is longer. Hello. Making a video. What you doing? Are you? What's going on? Mm-hmm. It blew out. Oh my gosh. Man. You got that right. That wouldn't be cheap, John. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Anything can break. You know that. Anything can break. At least you saved you the window. Oh, man. Yeah. You got that right. We can beat it out though, and weld it back up. You know that, don't you? Yeah. Hey, at least it could have been worse, you know. Look at it that way. Could have been worse. Yeah. 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 That's right. Hey, I'll come. Yeah, I'll come look at it for you. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, it ain't designed for that. That's for sure. Hey, she just didn't know. It can be fixed. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Damn. Yeah. All right. I'll come over there today and look at it for you. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. Sometimes my phone just rings like that a lot. Even though, like that one, that we're videoing with, it was oh, I didn't even mention that we wiped this thing down with acetone, so it needs to be pretty clean. And whenever we get down to these pieces like this, I usually just chunk them and start over. I don't try to clean them up or nothing. You can actually take, what is it? You can take some acetone or something like that and about wipe it off.
But when it dries on plastic, you can bend it and it breaks off.
Yeah, sometimes it breaks off. So I'm pretty much emptied out on this can. I might try to scrape this out just to try to get as much out of it as I can. Ain't no need wasting it.
too expensive.
Uh,
It's too expensive.
yeah, that little old can right over there's got $45 right on it. That gallon. So all I'm gonna do is kind of cut this off, so it, just try to save as much of it as you can. So I'm not gonna try to get every little bitty bit out there. That's probably enough right there. So far, I ain't throwed a whole lot away, have I? Shit, don't get on my pants. That stuff don't come off of clothes very good. Yeah, I'll stick that right there. It looks pretty rough right here, but I can cut that down, But this is how you basically do it: is put all this Bondo on here, cut it down smooth. I don't think I want that as. I might want a little bit more dry time on that. There was a body guy that taught me how to mix up Bondo. He said, chop it like that. One of the best taught me how to paint a car. He was real good at it. Not that I'm great, but I mean, I can paint one. If this was a hot summer day, this would probably be about drying. It ain't that cold in here though, is it, Wes? See, I can go back, try to get some of that off, put it back in the hole. The guy said this was his mama's car and it had 30,000 miles on it. 30,000 miles. So what do? You just say, okay. It's got 30,000 miles on it. Honestly, there's telltale signs that you look for when a car's got miles on it and it don't have miles on it. That's bad. I don't want to put no dirt in it, y'all. So there's telltale signs you look for. The first one is, look at the brake pedal. This one, with 30,000 miles, had
The corner of the speaker room,
right here,
and there's one right beside it.
with 30,000 miles, had the metal around the brake pedal had a hole rubbed completely through it. The metal, not even, I ain't talking about the
The rubber pad was wore through.
Yeah, and shine that metal piece up under it. It was shiny. And when you open the doors, the hinges do like that. You got to pick that joker up and shut it. I might try to use this thing again. I'll scrape some of this off. Okay, I'm gonna use that again. I'll stick these two together where I can pull that off when it dries. Still got some more cracks right over here. At least whenever they get almost full, then I can kind of rub over. Once I grind them down, then I can kind of easily rub over them a little bit. And that's, you know, you want it hard like that. That's still kind of, you know, if I had a file, like one of them Bondo files, but don't they put lines in it?
Yeah.
They put lines in it, so, I mean, you still got to smooth it out. We have a bunch of these, so we could take that, but it ain't quite dry enough. All it would do is stop up that paper. All it would do is stop up that paper. So we'll take the little spinner over here. We'll open this new gallon of Bondo. I've seen people cover these with fiberglass. I've seen them cover it with all kind of stuff. You can tell it's unmixed. Look at that. See there?
Hold on.
That is unmixed. Really bad. I probably need to open the other one up. I got two of them back there. What was that store? Advance.
Mm-hmm.
When Advance went out of closed a lot of their stores. Look at that.
Battery died.
When they closed a lot of their stores, you know, here I come. Went down there and bought a whole truckload of
Right there. That one spins faster, so don't throw it all over the place.
I went down there and bought a whole truckload of stuff. And I kept what I really wanted and I sold the rest of it. I'm going to turn it to where to kind of pull some of that stuff that's on the top down without slinging it all over me. You can take a paint paddle and try to stir this stuff up, but it really just does not do it justice like this right here will. and that's good. All right, so we'll just take a little bit of this. Yeah, we'll make some Mondo pie out of it. Here's my pads. Winston said it just breaks right off easy when it dries.
Bend it. It usually breaks off.
And I'm gonna have to bend it right. I still don't want to give it up. All right, we still got this whole side right here and a few more little places, like right down in here. In them grooves, you can take your finger and just kind of dab it up in there. I don't know if I might have put too much on there. Maybe we're gonna try it like this. This ain't even the same color right here. It is creamy though, so it will go down in them real fine lines. I had to grind all them cracks out that was like cracked right through here all the way down. I ain't quite made it to the Bondo Billy stage on YouTube. This part right in here was like a big old rotten hole. And this guy had some dogs that was his mama's on on the dash that was, shit, might have been put there in 1985. They had the little wobble heads, and they were really deteriorated. I'm gonna try to salvage some of this.
We know you learned all your body work from Bad Chad on there.
This will be made. This dash should be made out of metal. If I did that. I will say this: it's easier to wipe it off with a scraper like this than it is to grind it off. So you can always add a little bit more to it, but it's easier. It's easier to wipe it off. I don't have no Bondo skills. All I got is try to make it work skills. Check out how gray that is and how darker this is.
It was two different brands.
Yeah. This is the cheap brand. And what I was saying a while ago is take your finger and just rub it in here like this. Smooth it out. And then you have to take some acetone, like to clean your fingernails with, and clean this off your hands. See if I can use this board again. Just like that. When it dries good, it will just pop right off if you bend it like that. And all this right here is getting harder and harder. That can be cut down pretty easy, like this. That grinder you see me grind foam with, it's called a Bondo Buster. It uses this sandpaper right here. Let me tell you, it will knock it right down. And that's probably what I use once it dries down a little bit more. Because who wants to work harder? I mean. If I was real good at editing, I could make this look so simple. And then when you tried it at home or in your shop, you could say, man, he made that look easy, you know? One day I might make YouTube videos to make it, to make some real good videos just to watch. But these right here are basically to kind of show you how to do it and what it's going to take to do it.
You got two down here.
Right here. And we got some little ones on the side right here. This is mainly just the first, this is the first coat, like, so, once I grind it down and it gets smoother, then I can be more meticulous about how it's going to actually turn out. I'm just trying to get the holes filled up. I mean, this thing looked like man, I want some holes. You see any more little places there, Wes? Wait, there's a little hole right there. As Bondo dries, sometimes it shrinks a little bit, you know, so we will go back over it and fill some of these tiny places up as we grind them down. Got my fingers sticking together. But we got some acetone right here. I'm gonna take a wipe that with.
We're on 53 minutes.
53 minutes right there to wipe that dash down. And I don't know how many times I mixed up some Bondo, probably
And that's just your first
5.
coat.
Yeah, that's just the first coat right there. I ain't even got a chance to use my little old thing that I cut out right there. I think that's all. So once I grind it down and I'm able to wipe, once it's smooth and I'm able to wipe, you know, a little Bondo on it, and then I take this right here. Once I get it almost done, I'll take this right here, and that's whenever I drag this down through there and put that groove back, that ridge back on there to make it look kind of like it's supposed to. I know it looks like crap. Sometimes things look bad before they look better. Okay. Let me put this lid back on there. I don't want no Bondo dust to get in there. You know, once you're grinding, you don't want no stuff to get in there, mess your Bondo up. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, we ain't took it apart yet. We're just working on the dash today. Uh-huh. I don't know. Does it have a switch on the door out there, West, to control the seat? Or I think it's beside the seat, ain't it?
I hadn't looked.
I'd have to look. I would have to look. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I sure will. All right. Thanks. All right. Bye. That was the customer on the dash. Nice guy. But he's asked us a bunch of times about doing body work on it, and we keep telling him, we don't do that. This is kind of like body work, ain't it? Ain't that kind of like body work? I'd say it's kind of like body work. Bondo, which we're not gonna prime it or nothing like that, but we will put some Bondo on it, smooth it out, make it look like it's pretty much original, ain't it? I think it'll look pretty much original once we get done with it. The hard part is coming around here. The hard part ain't this. The hard part is coming around here like this and doing these corners up under here. Because see, the material up under here, when you go on the outside, it will gather up under here. So to get this part right here out, the gathering up under here, to get it out, you have to take and pull that material back this away, as you going, but don't wrinkle it, And then you have to go that way, and to take the excess out. If that makes any sense. This is drying. I didn't put near as much hardener in it, but it's still drying pretty quick. Because I can't hardly cut it with my knife.
Or where it's thick, it's gonna take longer. And them deep grooves.
Yeah. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you. If you got a bunch of body tools and stuff like that, you can do pretty good with that. Taking it off and taking it down real quick. It works pretty good when you got the right tools. And this buster right here, this tool right here, it will definitely. It's an orbitable grinder right here. So we know that ain't, and I did put some right there, so that ain't quite done. But all this right in here, I might could start taking some of that right there down.
You know when it clogs the paper.
Yeah, getting rid of it. But I can tell what ain't dry where I went back over it. It's gonna make a little noise, but it ain't too bad. Look at that. That don't even look like it's. I bought this thing from the China store.
You bought that from Amazon.
Huh?
You bought that from Amazon.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
It still come from China.
Yeah, I mean.
shut off. And you can kind of see where we're going with it. If you've seen it before, I mean, I didn't show it to you when we first started on it, but if you've seen it before we started on it, you say, hey, much better. Because I'm telling you, it was horrible when it was. Man, pieces turned up like that, cracks that high. It was like, it really looked bad. And we started grinding it out. Wesley said, you want to just put a brand new dash on it? You can send these dashes off and have them redone. I mean, and they'll come back and they'll look brand new. But it does take a while to get them back. So here we are doing this dash instead of sending it off. So sometimes you just, and that right there is damp. To speed that joker up, you can put some heat to it and it'll really speed it up.
What about this edge? Is it dry?
It ain't dry. When it rolls up like that, and it just rolls off, it takes a little bit longer. Even though you take and put the heat to the Bondo, and it does, it will dry. It ain't like glue. So it will heat out in the summertime. The UV rays dry this stuff right up. You won't even have a chance to wipe it. We mess you up. Especially if you put as much hardener in it as I do. You go to a body shop and they have what, an infrared light?
Oh, I don't know what they got now. I'm old school.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that is old school.
We never used it. We never used it.
I sold my infrared light. I didn't use it enough. A friend of mine come down here and wanted it. I didn't get it.
Well, you were high tech then because we didn't use none of that crap.
I will spend some money on the right tool if it's the right one. Some of the highest, what's some of the tools I bought later that was good? That saw was one of them. What are they?
That hydraulic press or the crimpers?
Yeah, that was one of them. There was something else too. I can't think of what it was. Oh, that scather back there, which I had it for a while. I just never fixed it till I needed it. Woo, that's hot. You heat it up, it'll dry quicker, that's for sure. But I really needed a little bit more time to work it. That's the reason that that's the reason I didn't put as much hardener in it. Even though I still put a lot in it though. This old guy can't find anybody to work on his car. And that's the reason that's the reason I think he keeps asking me. Can you fix my bumper? Can you
I don't
fix
think he remembers.
And then again, Wester might have a point.
I think there's some kind of,
There could be some issues going on because
his memory ain't great.
when he got home, he called us. And I had told him, what, 2 weeks? And then he called us and asked me that I want to bring him to bring the car over. I said, hey man, I just seen you a while ago. I told you 2 weeks. I'm not trying to build this up. I don't want to build it. I want to fill the cracks in, but I don't want to build it up. I'm not trying to make a panel. I'm just trying to, all I'm trying to do is get it back where it was when it was new. Get the shape back. This was a crack right here, all the way down. All the way down was a big crack, all the way across. So I just had to fill it up with something. That's probably going to be one of the, that's got to be pretty close to being just right there. So that right there, that part is going to be harder and take more time to make sure that that's just right. Is right here. Just put that groove back in there that was busted. It's like a graham cracker. It don't take much to break it. Put it west. Sneeze on this joker hard, it'll break. That right there, where I was sanding it, I just put a little crack in it. But as long as I can get the shape, I'll go over it. I'll spray it real good with some glue and go over this right here. Put this vinyl right here on it. And all this ugly will be covered up. That's getting there. I mean, it's getting pretty doggone hard. That heater do it to it. When I hold it close like that, that's pretty much blowing fire on it. Hey. Anybody wants to know nothing else? No questions? They just watching.
Yes. Ain't nobody.
Check on it. Alright, you got the universal joint? Just lay it over here on the table. Did you go down there and get you a bolt? Yeah. Okay. I don't know what side was worse. I think it's just bad all over. What? Then you had to take a rasp like this.
You don't think that belt one would get down in there?
Yeah, I don't know. Look at that. I know it's bent. I am doing that backwards. The rasp actually catches more when it's like this, going forward. See? So if I do it backwards, it's not so aggressive. Like that. You got that other grinder? This belt grinder right here. Man, that's a tool to have, especially in the upholstery business. It does work real good. I don't know how smooth I can get it with it, but I'm gonna try and see. It was already ready to break anyway when it was.
Yeah. Nah, take it apart, put them one on it.
Yeah. Hey, but we need it though, don't we? Because that did take it down pretty good. Hey, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't need to do that. Huh? I said, if you don't know what you're doing, when you do that right there,
I just said I'm taking university.
you can't do that in here. You need to match it up and make sure that yours is the same size. It looks like it. There's a way to do that and a way not to do it. So, I mean, I'll do it for you. I just can't do it right this minute.
We'll go to the house real quick.
All right. That right there is where these speakers go in here. Right in here. And you got to be real careful with that. Huh?
What grit paper was that on there? Did you see it on the back of it?
What'd I do with it? Throw it away? Shit, I don't know where. I think all of it's pretty.
I can go 80, 20, 180, or 240.
Go 80 on cutting this down. When I put it on the aggressive side, if you don't hold it real good, if you don't hold it like up against it, it will it'll snatch it out of your hand. I'm not doing no finishing on it right now anyway. All I'm doing is just trying to build it up. See? Busted it. When I said it's like a graham cracker, I wasn't teasing. It's just like you're working with something like an eggshell that you're trying to fix. Once he gets that belt on that little grinder, it'll make light work out of some of this. So there you go. You see it? I don't know if you can see it with the dust all over the lens. So I was really just trying to grind right in here, right in there. It's so tender, like right here. It's so tender it just cracked it, or should I say, so dried out. It just cracked it. And you see the low spots right here? That's low spots. But whenever they're filled up like that, it makes it a whole lot easier to wipe it down. So the next coat that I put on there will probably make it look a whole lot better. You know, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a piece of tape across here because I don't want to get no more in that groove right there. And I'm just gonna try to smooth it out right here. Smooth it out right through here. It had a little groove right here. I don't know for sure if we can leave that one in there or not because it's so deteriorated. It's just like trash. when you take and you put Bondo on here and you put some vinyl on top of it, you could pad it and it wouldn't show up all this. We could probably cover it now, you know, if we padded it. But we was gonna try to cover it and make it more of like it came instead of it not looking like, you know, trying to make it look like it's original instead of like,
Custom.
yeah. I'm doing that right-handed. I can't hardly do it right-handed. So I had to turn it around. Do it left-handed. Okay. This time, when we wipe it, we're gonna try to way down in the bottom. We'll wipe. Yeah. So we got to wipe it again. I mean, we knew that. We knew we was gonna have to wipe it some more.
That was the big one.
Yeah, that was a pretty big hole right there. And then here's one right here. This one. That was a pretty big hole too, you know. So maybe we can cut it down real quick. We'll just take the wipe over that. This time will be smoother. Man, at the dust. How long we been doing this, Wesley?
Hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna wipe this right here. I'm gonna try to smooth it up, and we might just have to take this up as a part 2. You know, that way the video won't be too long. So, where's the?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a my little thing to wipe this with. Mix it up. I just don't want it back down in them grooves, you know. So I can take and put this tape on here, kind of keep the majority of it out of that groove. And we'll wipe all this right here and make it look what? Decent. I want to go down in there, Luke.
Here.
I don't want all that stuff down in that edge. That's the reason I'm trying to dip it up with that thing. I'd rather actually lose a little bit than I had it be down all down in that edge. Maybe this will be enough. Maybe I needed a bigger piece of plastic. So I'll just take me a little piece of plastic like this, chop it up. Probably gonna mix it up kind of, mix it up kind of hot. That is a pretty good bit. Okay.
Hello, Moto.
Oh my gosh. Chris Rock calling me. All right, here we go. think she's trying to dry on there, Wesley.
You have any left, right?
Right in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's basically what we're gonna do today. And we'll come back. We're gonna take and pull this tape off. Like that. Because I wanted to keep, like I said, I want to keep it out of my groove. And we'll let that dry. And we'll pick this up tomorrow. And let it it's already starting to dry. So we'll let it go ahead and dry really good, and we'll smooth this out. May have to take and put another thin coat on it. Who knows? But this is basically where we're at. That's how you do it right there. Whenever you got one that's all busted up and you're going to cover it, you need to make it really smooth. This is the eyepiece that's right in front of you. So it's when you're driving, you're going to see the dash. So that's, we're going to take it, smooth it out as smooth as we can. We do have another different type of sander that once we get down to the nitty gritty to make it smooth like this, whenever it was new, we'll get down to that part. We'll take and get that groove right there out, make it really defined to where whenever we glue it really good, it will go down in that little bitty groove right in here, which ain't too big of a bend, but it will, you want it to look as good as you possibly can. So probably been better to order a dash for sure, because then it would have been brand new and all this work right here. But I done gave him a price on it anyway, so once we get it down, it won't be that bad to cover. You can do this right here at your house. All you need is some Bondo and a few little tools. You really don't even have to. I think that it can be covered without sewing nothing on it. I'm thinking if you maneuver it really good, I'm thinking this part right in here, right down in going down in that groove right there. Sometimes I've seen that had to be sewed, but I'm thinking if you manipulate the vinyl enough, you might can get it down in that groove right here with with a good stretchy vinyl without even sewing it. We have done some without sewing them, haven't we, Wes? Damn, they look good. They look so good. They look like brand new. So hopefully this one right here is going to turn out and look like brand new. But I don't think so. But it's going to look 10 times better than what it did. Which don't have to look too damn good to be 10 times better, does it? Because I mean, it looks pretty bad. So thanks everybody. We'll probably start this video in the morning about what, 10, maybe 10, 11, maybe 10. Yeah, probably about 10 o'clock.
Well, David's coming in at sometime in the morning.
Oh yeah, okay. It won't be in the morning at 10. It's gonna be. It could be
After lunch.
after lunch. I got somebody. I forgot about that. He's gonna be here first thing in the morning. He's gonna wait for his stuff to be fixed. So we're not gonna make no video on that. So thanks everybody. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry about that. This is what I do for a living. So I'll see you next time. Thanks.